What's up? The sky, you know it. So let's see what's going on today, right? Now this is more than just what's going on today. I'm gonna bring this live video, this topic about people, how it is upsetting. Okay, there's an upsetting situation that's going on. So let me start off by saying what's up. Today is the sun is in Cancer, and the moon is in where the place called Scorpio. But let me tell you something. The constellation that is there is not Cancer and Scorpio, but it is Libra, and it is Gemini. Now, okay. Unfortunately, there is a misconception or a popular belief that this astrology is more accurate than that astrology, or this one is about this, and these are all different calculations. Okay, yeah, I have come with this information for some years now. It's been like since 2019, something like that, where I have been, or even I think maybe since 2018, where I have been telling all of you guys the truth, okay? And I don't like to sugarcoat my truth, or to sugarcoat the truth. It's not just my truth, but it is the truth. And at first, at one point in time, I was trying to adopt to have you guys get into the truth, not so blunt or not so blatantly, because I do realize that it is very upsetting. Because what happens is, when you're told about your true zodiac, when you're told about the real positioning of the sun and the moon, and your true zodiac and the positionings, what happens is there's
holding him?
Oh, I did.
Huh?
I did. Thank you. There's I'm thinking, yeah. There seems to be people get upset, okay? Very upset, highly upset. I'm so sorry about that, okay? Because what's going on is you're led to believe, if you, let's say, for example, you are a Scorpio, and I'm going to use this one because this is one of the ancient places of astrology, and the moon is in Scorpio at this time, okay? And I love this area. So if you are a Scorpio and you're told that you're a Libra, okay, you may get upset. Because how come when I read the newspaper articles, the magazines, or if you're younger, if when I go online and I look up my stuff, I'm reading all these descriptions, and they sound just like me. So this can't be so. Like, I'm not a Libra. Now I'm gonna tell you what's going on with that positioning. Now, not all zodiac positionings are 30 degrees. Now, this is how it didn't used to be like this. This should just be site-based. And I'm telling you now, when I started this, I said this is site-based astrology. So it's what you see up in the sky. So in order for me to actually bring it to you, because everybody can't see the sky very well, because the light pollution. No. The light pollution. You can't see. No, you can't go into anybody's house. The light pollution won't allow you to see the actual sky, right? So you just have to imagine sometimes. And sometimes people don't even know what certain zodiac signs or certain constellations look like, so they're looking at the sky and all they see is a bunch of dots. All they see is, here's a dot, there's a dot, there's a dot, dot, and they don't know how to connect the dots, right? Now, I tried to help each and every one of you guys that wanted help connect the dots in the skies, right? But I know that you have to be passionate about this thing. It can't just be like, oh, I know my zodiac sign, and I know I'm an Aries, or I know I'm Aquarius. I know I'm a Pisces. I know I'm a Capricorn or whatever, and I'm gonna just go by whatever the stuff say or whatnot. You know, it do right by me, or you know, or all of a sudden you follow some astrologist that you think that just got all the gift of gab, you know, and you're like, yeah, because they're so good, and they just be, and you don't even understand the positionings, but because the person make it sound so good, because they on there like, this is that and the third, and really it's like a character analysis and not really astrology. So you're like, yo, this person is good, and it's like they're so mystical and with it or whatever, but you're just sitting there listening to stuff, but you don't understand the basis of the positioning. So that's why it can get so captivating. Because you don't understand the positionings. Okay? Now let me go back to the Scorpio position, and I'm trying to tell you something. All right? Now, Scorpio is a 60-degree constellation. Yep, I said it. 60 degrees, baby. So therefore, there is two parts of Scorpio. So what happens when you have a constellation that's 60 degrees, and then you have another constellation, i.e. Virgo, that's 60 degrees. And then you have another constellation that's 45 degrees, Leo. And you have another constellation that's 45 degrees, Taurus. And you have another constellation that's 45 degrees, Pisces. And you have another constellation. Hello? I'm sorry. And then on top of that, not all of the degrees are in their same section. So some of them gap and lap over. Okay. So then it's like, what are we going to do about those positionings? And then what about the positionings that are only 15 degrees? Cancer, Aries, what are we going to do about those? What are we going to do about the 15 degree sections? Because they're not even a full 30. They're half. Right? So how are we addressing those? Okay, I'm sorry. So what we're gonna do is what pretty much if you're a Greek and you're like trying to make things very precise, and then you have your gods and your deities that you got. Like I got 12 of them, right? I got 12 deities. I got 360 degree circle, and I'm going to split my 360 degree circle up in 12 pieces and put 30 degree. I mean, you know, boom, boom. Real good, real simple, right? But not realizing that ancient astrology already had some of these positionings named, and they already had an essence. They already carried an energy with them. Okay, so since Scorpio is the oldest constellation, one of the oldest constellations, and it already had its essence, it already had its meaning and its interpretation. Therefore, and for there, Scorpio positioning, that constellation is called Libra now. But back in the day, that was Scorpio's claws. Now, I don't think I remember saying that. Now, if you go back and look at some videos, you can hear me saying that position is called Scorpio's claws. So the claws has always been associated with the Scorpio positioning. So, of course, you still gonna feel like a Scorpio. But you know what I'm saying? So that's why when they say, hey, this is Scorpio. Oh, yeah. Most definitely, no doubt. But what happens when you get into the people like Aries, where Aries is a fairly new constellation that they created way after all of the other constellations. And then they put that positioning and just, here's the first point of Aries. Now, for now, spring has moved into the Pisces constellation. So now we're just going to just make this whole section right here Aries. But it used to be Pisces. Straight up and off top used to be Pisces. So we're going to have a whole gang of people that are called Aries that are not going to be like the classic quote unquote Aries until you get to the Aries that are closer to the energy and the fire that you're suggesting they are. And then you're going to have a small percentage of Aries, about 10 degrees, that's going to be like, yeah. And not a full 10, more like 4 or 5 degrees that are going to be like, yeah, I feel like Aries. I'm an Aries, right? Because that's where the old position used to be. But what about the positioning that was always Pisces? So now you got all these displaced zodiac signs. And I have been saying that all these misplaced zodiac signs. So now you're going to have all these people, quote unquote, Aries, that are like, this don't sit right. This ain't sitting right with me. Cause I'm not like that. They calling me a child. I'm not like that. They calling me a leader. I might not even feel like a leader. They calling me, they're saying, these are my quirks. These are the negative things about Aries. And these are the positive things about an Aries. And you might take positivity over negativity. But when it comes to negativity, you be like, that ain't me. That's definitely not me. But then you have the newer astrology that are pretty much basing their knowledge off of individuals that they have come in contact with. Okay, so about 100 years to 200 years or so of study of character within these new positionings, then they have a pretty better basis of understanding of what type of people these are. But still, the positioning that they are and the name that you're calling them isn't the name that they really are. So they still run around holding on to the title. They got a title, but they don't have the action behind the titles. You know what I'm saying? That's why I call them displaced. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. I know. See, what happens is when people get told their true name, they associate it with the people that used to be that name beforehand. I ain't no Pisces, and this is where it comes in. So an Aries get told that an Aries is not an Aries is a Pisces. So now the Aries starts looking at a Pisces that they know. It might be a friend or an enemy. They're looking at a Pisces that they know, and they're saying, I am not like that person. But you are not, because truly, in reality, you're like you, because that Pisces is not like that Pisces that is trying to portray. That Pisces is truly, an Aquarius, but they're not like the Aquarius that are being called or being portrayed as Aquarius. But everybody, what they do in their mind is they go to the closest person they know. That's that zodiac sign. And they put that in their head, and then they say, no, we're nothing alike. But that's not what that is for. What it's for is to tell you the truth about where this energy is at, where that sun is, and what's going on. The truth is, back in the day, when that zodiac sign, when that constellation was in that positioning, the energy was also there as well. Now, the energy is no longer in those same constellations. The energy has shifted to a different space and time, therefore creating a different zodiac sign, a different element, a different feeling, so you're not even a fire no more. You might be water, steam. You're not even a fire. You're steam. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's different now. Everything changes and nothing stays the same and nothing even stays still. It all tells a story. The calendar, and basically the zodiac is a calendar. And it's a calendar that was picked up and seen. It wasn't recorrected once it was found. Now the Vedic took this information and they took the calendar and they corrected it according to their knowledge. And they fixed the 30 degrees to where they felt, or where they put where it was supposed to be, but without taking account that the zodiacs, the actual stars in the sky, are not 30 degrees, all of them. They're not all 30 degrees. They're not all a exact, splice up of 30 degrees like a pizza. No. Some pizzas are small, some of them is big, some, you know what I'm saying? Not everybody is equal. Not everything is equal. But what they like to do is they like to make things equal, just like the equal whole house system. They like to make things equal. That's why people that become more accurate when it comes to astrology, this is the reason why they use multiple sources of astrology other than just one. They use multiple different types so that they can develop a system that accurately depicts the people that they're referring to. Okay? This is why this happens. But we get stuck in the debate in our own mind that we're not the person that is. We're not this. We're not that. We're not her. We're not him. And then that's where it stays. But that's not where it should stay. That's not where it should go. Okay. Like I said, so let's go back to Scorpio, for example. Like I said, it is 60 degrees. Now, 30 degrees of it is called Libra now. But that positioning Scorpio's clause, aka Libra, was known for balance. Now, what? It was known for, because at that particular time, that place was the place where it was, where the seasons changed. Okay, the seasons changed in that place, and that's where fall began. So they had that as the balanced place. So fall began there. Okay, and that's why this place is there. And then Aries, of course, was spring. That's why it's called the first point of spring. So Aries was spring, and Scorpio's clause was fall. And the energy that was there was that essence, okay? But it has a residue essence there to where I can't call it Libra. I can't call it Libra. I'm still have to say that it's Scorpio. I can't call it Libra. Now, Libra, for real, is in the constellation Virgo, where this positioning also Virgo was 60 degrees. Now, it has a head, a heart, a womb, and feet. Okay? So it has all these areas of the body, of a woman's body. It's the only one that's not like an animal. It's an actual person. Even though you might think, oh no, Aquarius is a person. No, Aquarius is a god, a person holding the water or whatever. So yeah, Aquarius is a person too. So, but Virgo is also a woman figure. Okay, one of the only woman figures. Aquarius is a male figure, and Virgo is a woman's figure of a woman, like giving birth. This area is special, okay? So they always associated this part with like the digestive system and stuff like that. So for Virgo, it's the digestive system. But it makes more sense when you think about Libra being the kidney area, because it is farther in the body, in the womb area. So right before you get to the feet, you have this womb, and where the kidneys and all of the stuff will reside right before you get to the genital areas, which the Scorpio represents. So right here in this area, this is Virgo. I mean, this Virgo area. This is Libra. So this place, Libra, is actually a fairly new. So you're not really so Libras always like to say, yeah, I'm balanced. But if you notice, a Libra is not really representing balance. It's not representing the place of balance. It's representing a place of change. Okay, it's representing a place from changing from one positioning or from one season to another, and it's going from a hot place to a cold place, or from life to death. Okay, so it's more death in that area. So, of course, death is represented by the Scorpio, because by the time you get to the actual Libra constellation, which is Scorpio, it's already death. Okay, it's already in the death realm. Okay, but this Libra positioning is going from life that it already had exhausted, and now it's dying, going into a different cycle. Okay, so it gives you a kind of different view about what a Libra is and what a Libra represents. Somebody who gives birth to death. Okay, it's change. It's not newness. It's oldness. Okay, it's it's different. The newness is Aries or Pisces, put it that way. And then the oldness now is Virgo. Okay, so that's where it is. But people don't like to say their name. Say my name, say my name. People don't like to say the name of what it really is at that point, because if you've been called a name for over 2,000 years, that's your name. And but then if you find out that you're adopted and your real name is something else, that's like mind blowing. And it's almost like you can't fathom that. Like, you're adopted and your name was named this. Like, for real? Like, my name ain't Keisha? My name's something else. My name is Diamond? Like, this whole time? What? I don't think I can accept that. It's hard. It's hard to have a name change. It's hard to accept what you really, really are. Who you really are. What you really represent. But if we accept what we really represent, if we accept the new positionings, then it will be way easier to operate in our power. Because then we'll know what type of power we have. Because a lot of Aries, for example, Aries positioning, because we're talking about spring and fall. So a lot of the spring positioning don't realize that they can dream. They don't realize that they're imaginative. They don't realize that they create newness with their imagination, because this Pisces position has been associated with Pisces for so long, from Pisces being in the death realm. So it's like, oh, now, Pisces is Lulu, Lala, in La La Land, and it's been there for 2,000 years, been in La La Land, and it's never been coming to life. This never gave birth to these imaginatives, right? But when now 2,000 years down the line, yes, it has now. Now the imagination has become a reality. Now the Aries position, now the Aries energy is in this area to where the imagination can come to life, where you are now the person that can take control over the realm of the la-la, the loosey-goosey, the imagination, the dream realm. Anything that is conceived, you can do, because you have the power of life. The power of life is now given to the Pisces. You feel me? The power of life is now resonating inside the new Pisces, where the new Pisces is no longer stuck in a positioning of being old. Now the Pisces is reborn into the child with the knowledge that they can do all things through whatever they want to do. You feel me? They create new things that can be given to the whole world. You understand? The Pisces is no longer someone that's just Dreamland 7. Okay? No longer stuck in Dreamland Neptune 7. You feel me? Now the Pisces has now have what it's supposed to have. It's Mars energy. It's Mars. It's coming into its force. And Mars is no longer stuck into the realm of death, but now has been handed life. Now it has been given a position of life. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Life, new birth, new beginnings, new destiny, new power. I'm just saying. I'm trying to tell you something. If we get stuck in these old mentalities and these old ways, there's not going to be a change in behavior. Nobody's going to be able to know what power they now have. The Cancer is still going to be thinking that the Cancer is crabby, that the Cancer is emotional, that the Cancer ain't about family, that the Cancer ain't about, like, you know what I'm saying, that the Cancer ain't truly a Gemini, and the Gemini ain't truly about family now, and the Gemini always been about family, matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? Gemini has always been there. Now the Gemini has their power back, their brotherhood back, their arms, what they represented from the start of creation. But now that creation is coming to existence, now it's like they are the family. Gemini is the family. No longer is Gemini crazy, double-minded, not knowing who or what, having this negative entity put onto them. You know what I'm saying? Now the Cancer is no longer cancerish, thinking that they're not like the heart of the lion. The Cancer is now the heart of the lion, where they've always been the chest, but now they're the heart. Now they're beating. Now they have a power different. You know what I'm saying? Different. And the lion is in this position to where Virgo has almost completely taken over this area. And now these Virgos are saying, I'm a Virgo, when they're truly Leos. And now we wonder why Beyonce running around with big ass manes, looking like a Leo. Now we're trying to figure out why all these Leos look like, all these Virgos look like Leos. Why we see so many Leos and Virgos looking like so much alike? Because their energy is the same. I'm just saying. I'm trying to tell you something. And now we're thinking, and now when we get into the later degrees of the zodiac sign, when they actually are, and then we try to put these later degrees together with each other, they conflict. Because now we don't realize that everything is not 30 degrees. Because we're thinking everything is 30, it's not. So then when they say, I'm a Virgo, and they're this, and we're a perfect match, or I'm a Scorpio, and they're, Pisces, and we supposed to get along. But you don't get along because that person is an Aries. And you're not, and you're something else. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you something. These positionings need to be evaluated a little bit more closely. That's why degrees matter. Degrees matter. What degree are you? Are you 18th degree? Are you 23rd degree? Are you 34 degree? Cause I'm trying to tell you something. Are you 60 degrees? Because there are multiple degrees in these things. It just ain't 30. It go higher than that. But who is there? Whom is there to tell you the truth about the calendar? Who is there to give you zodiac calendar truth? to let you know that you've been displaced. I'm trying to tell you something. You don't believe me? Go and look up at the sky. Look at the moon and see where it's at. Because your sky might be different from somebody else's. You feel me?